3.2 and 3.3. Now today I am going to discuss exercise 3.4, that is chapter name is Understanding Quadrilaterals for class 8. So let us start. This is the first question. What is the first question? State whether true or false. So now some questions are given, we have to say true or false. These all rectangles are squares. Now all rectangles are squares, so the statement is false. The reason, because in a square all sides are equal, but it is not true in case of a rectangle. In a rectangle equiangular but not equilateral, but a square is both equiangular as well as equilateral. All sides equal and all angles also equal for square, but for rectangles all angles 90 degree, but all sides are not equal. That's why a rectangle is not a square, but opposite is true. A square is a rectangle, yes. Now see next question. A rhombus is a parallelogram. Now a rhombus is a parallelogram. See this is true. Why this is true? A rhombus satisfied all the conditions, so that is of parallelogram, because in a rhombus both the pairs of opposite sides are equal and diagonal bisect each other. Now whatever the properties of parallelogram, so all are in rhombus. So in rhombus another additional conditions are all the sides are equal, also diagonal are perpendicular to each other. So that's why a rhombus is a parallelogram. The statement is true, but the converse is not true. A parallelogram is a rhombus, this is not true. So simply you have to write true or false. At the same time we have to give the reason. Now next question. All squares are rhombus and also rectangles. Now squares. See, a square satisfied all the conditions, true, because in a square all sides are equal and all angles are equal. So if all sides are equal, definitely it is a rhombus. And if all angles are 90 degree, that is equal, then definitely it is a rectangle. A quadrilateral with all angles 90 degree is a rectangle. A quadrilateral with all sides are equal is a rhombus. So a square satisfied all the conditions of rhombus as well as rectangle. So that's why the statement is true. So now see next question. All squares are not parallelogram, not quadrilateral. So all squares are, this is false. If not word is this is not there, then this will be false. True. So all squares are not parallelogram. Actually it should be all squares are parallelogram. So all squares are parallelogram because all squares satisfy the conditions of parallelogram. Whatever the conditions required for a parallelogram, all are satisfied by this. So that's why a square is a parallelogram. But since there it is given not, so the statement is false. Next question. All kites are rhombus. Now all kites are rhombus. In a rhombus all sides are equal. So but in kites, so only both the pairs of adjacent sides are equal, but opposite sides are not equal. So false, because in a kite two pairs of consecutive sides are equal, but in a rhombus all sides are equal. In a kite the pair of adjacent sides equal, but opposite sides are not equal, but in the rhombus all sides are same. So that's why all kites are not rhombus. Now see this F. All rhombus are kites. True. All rhombus are kites. Yes. So this is the just converse of the statement H. So all rhombus are kites. Yes. So now see question G. All parallelograms are trapezium. Yes, true. All parallelograms are trapezium because in a trapezium only one pair of opposite sides are parallel, and in a parallelogram both the pair of opposite sides are parallel. So yes, that's why this is true. All parallelograms are trapezium. All squares are trapezium. Yes, this is also true because in a trapezium only one pair of opposite sides are parallel, and in a square both the pairs of sides are parallel. So one additional condition is there in a square, both the pairs of opposite sides are parallel, but in a trapezium only one pair of opposite sides are parallel. So that's why we can say the conditions required for a trapezium are satisfied by a square. Therefore we can say a square is a trapezium. So now from this we can conclude a square is a rhombus, a square is a rectangle, a square is a parallelogram, a square is a trapezium. Since square satisfied the maximum conditions, that means we can say all the conditions of a quadrilateral. So what is the condition of parallelogram? That is opposites, both the pair of opposite sides are parallel, diagonal bisect each other. Now for rectangle, both the pairs of opposite sides are equal, all angles are 90 degree. So diagonals are equal and bisect each other. So all the conditions are satisfied by A square. Therefore we can say A square is a rectangle, A square is a rhombus, A square is a parallelogram. Now see next question. Identify all the quadrilaterals that have four sides of equal length. Now if four sides of equal length, nothing is given, only four sides equal length, then we can say this is either a square or a rhombus. Now if four sides equal length, if one angle is 90 degree, then all angles 90 degree, then it will be a square. Otherwise, if simply four sides are equal length, then it will be a rhombus. So the possibilities is either square or rhombus. Four right angles. Now if four right angles in a quadrilateral, four right angles, this is either the quadrilateral having four right angles is either square or rectangle. It may be square or it may be rectangle, but it cannot be a parallelogram, it cannot be a rhombus. So here if this is all sides equal, it will be a square or rhombus. Now if all angles 90 degree right angles, it will be a square and rectangle. So explain how a square is a quadrilateral. So why a square is a quadrilateral? A square is a polygon with four sides, so it is a quadrilateral. So now why a square is a quadrilateral? Since it's having a four sides. So now a parallelogram. So a square has opposite sides parallel and diagonal bisect each other. So what are the properties of parallelogram? So we have mentioned here that is all satisfied by A square, therefore A square is also a parallelogram. So it is a parallelogram, a rhombus. So A square has all sides equal and diagonal bisect each other, so it is a rhombus. Now what about the conditions of rhombus are there? All are satisfied by A square, therefore A square is also a rhombus, a rectangle. So the question means explain why A square is a rectangle. There are four parts. So why A square is a rectangle? A square has both pair of opposite sides equal, all angles equal to right angles, and diagonals are equal and bisect each other. So it is a rectangle. That means A square satisfied all the properties of a rectangle. All angles 90 degree, opposite sides equal, diagonal are equals, and bisect each other. So all the properties are satisfied, all the properties of rectangle are satisfied by A square, therefore we can say A square is a rectangle also. Now see next question. Name the quadrilateral whose diagonal bisect each other. Now diagonals bisect each other, that is except trapezium. In all the remaining quadrilaterals, diagonals bisect each other. So now the quadrilateral whose diagonal bisect each other are parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus and square. So kite is also not there. In a kite, the longer diagonal bisect the shorter diagonal. So out of 6, 4 satisfied this condition, diagonals bisect each other. So now are perpendicular bisected to each other. Now this same question, diagonals. Diagonals are perpendicular bisected to each other. So the quadrilateral whose diagonals are perpendicular bisector of each other are either rhombus or square. So in a rhombus and squares, diagonals are the perpendicular to each other. Also bisect, so bisect is for all, so perpendicular only for rhombus and square. So are equal. Now equal only for rectangle and square. That is, see, this is the properties of diagonals. Diagonals bisect each other, parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus and square. Diagonals are perpendicular bisector of each other, rhombus and square. Diagonals are equal, rectangle and square. So now related to diagonals, whatever the questions are there, all questions are there. So let us move to the next question. Explain why a rectangle is a convex quadrilateral. Now we discuss what is convex quadrilateral. A quadrilateral, see, all angles of any rectangle is 90 degree. That is less than 180 degree. So there is no angles in any rectangle more than 180 degrees. So now what is convex quadrilateral? In a convex quadrilateral, whose all interior angles are less than 180 degree. So now a rectangle whose all angles measure 90 degree and 90 is less than 180. So therefore a rectangle is a convex quadrilateral. Now in the introduction itself I explained that is whatever we are going to discuss that is all convex quadrilateral. Concave quadrilateral simply we define and that's all. So now also the diagonals of a rectangle bisect each other within the rectangle, and rectangle is a convex. Now there are two properties. One is each angle should be less than 180 and diagonals should bisect within the quadrilateral. So but for concave quadrilateral, diagonals bisect outside the quadrilateral. So that's why a rectangle is a convex quadrilateral. Now see the next question. So ABC is a right angle triangle. O is the midpoint of the side. Now see the figure. So this is the figure. ABC is a right angle triangle. O is the midpoint of the side opposite to the right angle. That is opposite to the right angle is B. That is right angle is B. Opposite to this is side AC. So O is the midpoint of AC. So now the question is explain why O is equidistant from ABC. We can prove this in different ways, but in this standard, if we complete the rectangle, let us complete the rectangle ABCD. ABC is given, so if we complete up to D, that is ABC is a right angle triangle. This is 90 degree. Whatever the longer side, shorter side, no problem. If we draw another right angle triangle, so that is CDA, then the rectangle is completed. Now if we extend this diagonal to D, that is join this diagonal, it will definitely pass through O. The reason is in a rectangle diagonals are bisect each other and equal. So in the rectangle ABCD, AC and BD are diagonals. So if we consider ABCD is a rectangle, then AC and BD are diagonals, therefore AC equal to BD. Also diagonal bisect each other. Bisect each other means AO equal to OC and BO equal to OD. Since AC equal to BD, if AC equal to 6 cm, BD also 6 cm, then AO is 3 cm and OC is also 3 cm, BO is also 3 cm, OD is also 3 cm. So all parts are equal. So we can write AO equal to BO equal to CO. That is question was why, that is we have to explain O is equidistant from ABC. If we can write AO equal to BO equal to CO, that is AO, if this is 3 cm, BO is 3 cm, CO is also 3 cm, therefore we can say O is equidistant from the points A, B and C. Equidistant means the distance of the point O from the points A, B and C are equal. So which shows that the point O is equidistant from A, B and C. So this was the last question of this exercise. So thanks for watching the video. Now please subscribe my channel, that is SKS Tutorials, and thank you.